The final film in this latest Halloween trilogy has finally dropped. So this is what I thought of it. Hi, my name is Nathan. I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Halloween Ends. And also, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe. I have more content like this over on my channel. You can check those out when this video is over. With that said, let's get started with the review. So normally, I split my reviews into the good and the bad, but I don't feel like that's the best way to process this movie. So I'll just cut right to the chase. I did not like this movie. It is not good, but I think there were some things to enjoy in this movie. There are some nice kills in the back half of the movie once you get there, and there's moments of satisfaction at the end where seeing things, like, it just seems like it's a satisfying conclusion. But at the end of the day, especially when I left the theater of this movie, I just thought that it did not work, like, at all. Like, I think a big problem with this trilogy of new Halloween films is the fact that they had material for only two movies. And so when you do that and stretch it to trilogy length, there are characters that make weird decisions in these movies. Plots you don't really care about are put into this movie. And it seems like the satisfying thing that you did want to see only happened at the end of this movie, while all this other big chunk at the beginning just did not work at all. Like, I just thought the stuff they did near the first three quarters of the movie, it didn't make sense to where this trilogy was leading to. It wasn't the actual thing you wanted to see. And adding on to that, there's just some odd plots and subplots in this movie that, like I said, you don't really care about. That's not the thing that the trilogy was leading towards. That is not the thing that you wanted to see the trilogy lead towards. And so, in general, like, this is not good. Like, it was just so weird how they handled all this. And if you watch the trailers, a lot of it you'll see Michael Myers action, and from my point of view, it's like, I thought the trailers were like very, very misleading, a very odd way to market the film, because they marketed it as the final film. He's going back, another killing spree is happening. Laurie, like, finally ends all this, kills Michael Myers. Like, that's what you think is gonna happen in the movie from the trailers. But the trailers are like that in and of itself, it just feels like the end of Halloween Kills. And the ending of this movie just feels like, yeah, the end of Halloween Kills. And they have her, Laurie Strode, they have her write this, like, memoir throughout the movie, which should have been like an after Halloween Kills thing, because that did not work for me. That just does not work for me, because, like, it did not need to be its whole movie. It just needed to be this last 20-30 minutes of Halloween Kills, and that was really frustrating. Also, they introduced this new guy, Corey, who I don't think he got a bad performance in this film, but I do think that it was just so weird how they treated him in the movie. And what I mean by that is that he probably gets more lines of dialogue. Like, he probably has the most screen time than Laurie and Allison, who are also our main characters in the mix. But he probably gets more screen time and dialogue than them. Just really, really weird. Like, they have this little prologue at the beginning that they wanted to, like, shock the audience with, but it feels like they didn't know where to go after that. And so you get to that point, and it just... I just don't know what they were thinking doing that. It went absolutely nowhere. And the ways that it did go were absolutely bizarre. And so, there are some moments of satisfaction at the end, like I said. And, this movie is very hard to not go into spoilers for. And so, I'm trying my best in this review not to go into any spoilers. And if I can, I will release a spoiler review for Halloween Ends, because there's just a lot to talk about with this movie. But most of it isn't what you want to see as the conclusion to the Halloween films. So overall, this was a very disappointing Halloween movie. It's bizarre in the way it is used. It's very weird. And so, in general... my final score on this one is probably a C. Because I thought that it just did not work at all for me. Just some weird things. That's my thoughts on the movie. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Halloween Ends over on my channel. I got more content like this. Check those out right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.